I'm getting ready for work and I'm legit dreading going to this job. Every day I've been going to sleep and then waking up thinking about this job and feeling like I'm stuck. I know I'm not stuck, but what's next? I don't know my next step, so that makes me scared. Then it makes me also wonder, like, can I do better than this job? Will I take a pay cut? Like, the pay is really good, but I don't like how much control they have over my time. I've been working 6 days a week, and I know certain jobs do work.
What's up, y'all? My name is Fitz. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, tap into the Patreon. Information is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I'm going to break this down and give you some practical tips. I'm going to let it keep playing, but first, I want to address some things that she said early on. She said like she feels like she's stuck. Pretty much she's being overworked, and she doesn't know if she wants to take a pay cut. So these are all what I like to call identifiable, tangible things. So now we know what you don't want. You don't want to work those days. What do you want? How much money do you want to make? Like, what is your idea lifestyle make? This is the key part that so many people miss. They know they don't like what they're doing and what's happening to them, but they're not defining where they want to go. They're not creating a new vision for their life. So then that feeling of being stuck only continues because you don't have an exit plan. It sounds like she's at the place now where she needs an exit plan. That's what I would be focusing on. But let's continue.
Work 6 days a week. I didn't sign up for that. I'm not trying to complain. I'm just venting. Just in case somebody else might feel like this and can relate. I've been working 6 days a week for 4 weeks straight. And that's because the job won't hire more people. So they're able to force overtime
Very
on you.
common.
But you can say something, but what's going to be done about it? Yeah, you and your team can come together and complain, but what's going to be done about it? And I don't really know if it's legal for me to talk about the specifics. I'm just trying to be smart about what I say and kind of vague while also still sharing my story right now. It feels like my hands are tied, and I know that's never really the case, but February I worked 6.
Gotta take accountability. You have to keep you like she keeps going back and forth where it's like I'm not complaining, I'm venting. There's nothing I know that I can tell them about it, but there's nothing that's gonna happen. My hands are tied, but I know they're not. It sounds like she's living from a place of fear. All right. When I was working at a job that it wasn't a bad job, I just didn't like the pay. I felt like I was stagnant. You know what I did? I went and started looking at the marketplace. Go start looking at the marketplace, and that will tell you your value. That will let you know, like, are you in a place in your life where you got to work them 6 days a week because there's nothing better? Are you in a place to where maybe you're working 6 days a week, but they're paying you a little bit more because you're working those 6 days or because of the less flexibility? You have to decide what you want. If you want more flexibility, then you have to maybe take a pay cut, it sounds like. But look at your expenses. Are there areas in your life where you can cut back on? Can you save up some money and so you have an emergency savings fund? Can you pay down debt so that your monthly expenses can handle you taking a pay cut? These are things that I would be thinking as I work on my exit, because she's exactly right. These situations don't tend to get better. And right now, you have to start looking out for you. Don't ignore the red flags.
Days for all 4 weeks, and then I finally got a week with 2 off days, and even then that was like my off days were spread out. Then the next week after that I got 2 off days back to back, and it felt so foreign but good. It felt like a prize, and there's no way that me having me time should feel like a prize or something that I have to ask for or something that I have to beg for. I have to beg for my time back because the job is taking up so much of my time. And then it also just makes you realize, like, corporate America is just like zombies and people that just don't care, greedy people that's at the top. It's like a food chain. If you are not at the top with much power, then you really like fresh meat. You really like a fish out of water. So it's like, what can you really do about it but complain? That's
not true. I get what she's saying, but that's not true. You can do more than just complain. You can take practical steps. If you now understand that you're in corporate America and that they operate a certain way, but that certain way results in you getting a higher pay, you can start to make plans and take practical steps to where you can cash in on that temporarily, and then maybe go to a different job where you're not getting as much pay, but you're getting a different lifestyle. It comes back to accountability and being practical. It's not about complaining. So many people get attached to these jobs like you married the job and you got to be there forever. You don't. You can be there for a season. You can go and start upskilling and doing and getting your resume cleaned up. You can put plans into action to get the life that you want, but you may have to move. You may have to take a pay cut. There's checks and balances. There's pros and cons to everything. So now you need to make a decision. Do you value the money or do you value your time more at this point in your life? You have to make a decision. There is no on the fence. Make the decision. And once you consciously make the decision, live by it. Live by it and give it the best effort you can and have the best attitude you can. And then you can always change. But complaining is not the only thing you can do.
It's with every job. And people tell you, oh, you want to work while you're young so you don't have to do much while you're old. But when does it stop? I know you got to put in the work, and that's probably a thing too. I'm probably not being disciplined enough, posting enough content. The things I'm saying, I know that they're not excuses, and I know that I'm not in a terrible situation. It's just heavy on me emotionally and mentally. It started off as a part-time job. Now I am full-time, and I went full-time because they were scheduling me full-time. Hold on. I moved around in the company. I wasn't getting enough hours. I wasn't getting any hours actually after a while. Literally, like I was off for like 4 or 5 months, and I'm like, okay. I moved around, and then they were giving me my part-time hours. Then they started scheduling me full-time, but without the benefits. So I fought to become full-time, and how you gotta fight to become full-time when they already stripping your time away is crazy. But
it's not your time. Like, I think I've heard enough of her. I hate to say it, she's playing the fence. One moment she's taking accountability, the next minute she's playing the victim, right? What it comes down to is be careful what you ask for. She was working part-time, said that she didn't have enough hours and stuff like that. Then they gave her what she wanted. Then there was no benefits and blah, blah. It sounds like you're not valuable in the marketplace yet. It sounds like you're not valuable in the marketplace, because for all of these complaints, for all these things, I haven't heard her say, and maybe she does later on the video, I haven't heard her say, I'm going to take my talents elsewhere. See, when you have a valuable skill set and you're valuable in the marketplace, yes, it may be an inconvenience for you to go interview. It may be an inconvenience for you, or it may suck to take those 2 months to go and try to find a new job. But when you have a valuable skill set, you're less worried about how am I going to find another job? And what you're more worried about is, like, I wouldn't even say worried, but what you're more looking for is this going to be a cultural fit? I haven't heard anything about the culture there. I haven't heard all I've heard is you work long hours. Okay, I get it. That's not the ideal situation. But practical steps moving forward, figure out what skill sets you're best at and what you can monetize the most, not just content creation, but with the 9-to-5 job. And go all in on that. Learn as much as you can. Take as many courses and start doing those activities in your job. Upgrade your resume. Put that stuff on your resume. And then go take that information and go get you a job that better suits you. You don't have to stay at this job. It's not your time. They're not stripping you of anything. That's not your company, right? The only thing you can control is the skill sets that you have, the effort that you put in, and making decisions that are in the best interest of you. You're scared to make a decision right now, and you don't want to put the work in to go towards the life that you want. That's what you have to be willing to do. All right? Put the work in towards the life that you want. But this ain't it. This ain't it. But let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Make sure you tap in. Tap into the Patreon. Information is in the description. It was pinned to the top of the chat. Exclusive content on there. I will be dropping more and more as we get it geared up. So thank you for supporting. My name is Fitz, and I'll see you in the next video.